First game now in the books, and the Wisconsin Badgers go about the preparations for game number 2, and it's the home opener on Saturday against Central Michigan. A 2:30 kickoff at Camp Randall Stadium. But before we look ahead to that game, we'll take a look back at some of the highlights of Friday's season opener against South Florida. And we'll have our weekly sit-down with head coach Paul Chryst. All coming up on today's edition of the Badger Sports Report.
Third down and 7. Cone calls for the ball. Back to throw for the first time. Fires over the middle, and it's caught at midfield. First down, Wisconsin. Quintez Cephas with the third down conversion catch. 7 to South Florida. First and 10. Cone under center. Takes, gives to Taylor. Running left, 35. Taylor to 30. He's gone. 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Wisconsin. Jonathan Taylor. First drive of the game, and the Badgers are in. Move to the right of Barnett on 2nd and 2. A toss to Cronk right, running right, and he is hit and dropped right at the line of scrimmage, which is the 33-yard line. He'll take the shotgun snap, gives it to Cronk right, straight ahead, and he gets popped at the line of scrimmage. Chris Orr with a lot of help getting in there defensively for Wisconsin. Receivers left, one on the right. Taking a handoff, Barnett. Ball's knocked loose from behind. It's taken out of the air at the 10, at the 5, and that's a touchdown for the Wisconsin Badgers. Matt Henningsen snatches it out of the air. The ball popped loose, and the Badgers defense puts a touchdown on the board. Second down and 10. Snap to Cone, pressure coming, screen left, caught by Jonathan Taylor inside the 30-yard line. Taylor, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Wisconsin. Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield with the catch, and he is in for the second time tonight. And it's 20-0, Wisconsin. Second down, Barnett the throw over the middle, tipped up in the air, and that's intercepted. At the 40, 45 to the 50-yard line, and diving inside the 45 to the 44 of South Florida is Eric Burrell. Comes up with the tip pass, and the Badgers get another turnover, the second of the night, forced by the Wisconsin defense. Goes up as the offensive coordinator, a little low snap. Back to throw Barnett, under pressure, and down he goes. Sacked inside the 35-yard line, and it's Matt Henningsen. Have a half, Matt. The 12-yard line of USF at his first down. Cone to throw. Looks, sets, throws. Caught by Taylor inside the 5. Lunging to the end zone. Touchdown, Wisconsin! Oh, what an effort by Jonathan Taylor. If he doesn't get in, time expires. But Taylor gets in, and with 2 seconds left in the half, it's 27-0, Wisconsin. Watson remains the tailback. Cone will hand it to Watson, trying to bounce it out to the right. Gets the edge, 25-20. Watson to the 10, to the 5, touchdown, Wisconsin. Nikhil Watson is in for the first time in his college career. Receivers to the right, one on the left. Barnett back to throw. Pressure, Jalen Franklin gets to the quarterback. Outside linebacker, Jalen Franklin. Receivers to the left. Wolf will hand it to Watson, or make that to Shaw. Hit behind the line of scrimmage to the left. Bends to the right to the 15. Shaw the 10. Shaw the 5. Touchdown, Wisconsin. Bradrick Shaw, nothing to the left. Room to the right. And Bradrick Shaw, who missed all of last year, injured in the regular season finale in 2017. The wait is worth it as Shaw finds the end zone. It's 48-0, Wisconsin. Left side end zone. Touchdown, Wisconsin. It's popped loose and it's picked off by Wisconsin all alone. Here's Taylor. He's gone. Touchdown, Wisconsin. Ferguson catches at the 40, 35-yard line. Makes a man miss. A big, big win for the Wisconsin Badgers.
The Badger Sports Report with Paul Chryst is presented by Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. Hy-Vee proudly supports the Wisconsin Badgers. And UW Health Sports Medicine, the healthcare team for the Badgers. Learn more at uwsportsmedicine.org.
Flu season. It'll get here before you know it. Good thing it's never too soon to get your flu shot at Hy-Vee. Save yourself some worry and get your flu shot today. Plus, use your Hy-Vee Fuel Saver Plus Perks card and you can save 20 cents a gallon on gas. There's no appointment necessary, so why wait for the flu to get you? Visit your Hy-Vee pharmacy and get your flu shot plus your 20-cent Hy-Vee Fuel Saver discount today. Some restrictions apply.
Fall in Wisconsin, a time for stopping by. And settling in. For seeing it all and sampling a few. Whether you want to spend fall inside, outside, or both, there's something for everyone in Wisconsin.
They are the ones who found a way to isolate a single prostate cancer cell hidden amongst a billion healthy blood cells. The ones pioneering advanced genomic testing in order to create personalized treatment protocols. They are the ones you want to talk to when the diagnosis is prostate cancer. They are the physicians and healthcare professionals at UW Health and the Carbone Cancer Center. UW Health. Remarkable.
The Learfield IMG College Directors Cup, the highly recognized mark of distinction in college athletics across all divisions, both men's and women's sports. Follow your favorite team's pursuit for excellence in this prestigious annual award through thedirectorscup.com, USA Today, or L Directors Cup on Twitter. Learfield IMG College Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics since 1993.
Taylor is the tailback. Cohn will give it to him. Taylor up the middle, slips through, 35-30, 25-20, outside the numbers, 10-5, touchdown, Wisconsin. Jonathan Taylor is in for the fourth time tonight, and it's 34-0, Wisconsin.
All right, game one in the books, and now the home opener coming up on Saturday afternoon against Central Michigan. And after the long training camp and the build-up of a first game now, is it safe to say that the guys can get into the rhythm of the season? I know there's a bye week coming up here quickly, but you can get into the rhythm of a football season now?
There's no doubt about that. And it is interesting, though, because with, school will be starting, but we kind of got half the week where we're not. But it is a good feeling to kind of get into what will become the real rhythm of the season. And I think that it's also, so many people talk about, game one, and there's some good things from it, and there's certainly a number of things that we need to clean up. And so do we hope that we can make marked improvement there? You do, but you really, as a coach and as a player, you hope you can do that every week. But it is good to get back into the rhythm, and I think for the players, coaches, everyone.
This is a little different season that you'll have two non-conference games and you jump into Big Ten play and then another non-league game comes in. Certainly South Florida, that people looked on the outside and said, well, that's kind of a tricky trip to have to make. Next year and the year after, series with the Notre Dame, a few years down the road, Alabama comes in. I'm just curious, how much are you personally involved in the out-of-conference scheduling?
It's a challenge, and so, certainly in part of it, once they've got hey, we think we can maybe get a deal, what's your thoughts? But, I've always thought that, that's what I feel fortunate working here, Coach Alvarez and his staff, they can put the schedule together, and our job is to make sure that we got the best team we can have and play it. But I do think that, they're all kind of unique and good experiences, and the games you're talking about down the road. I think as a player, you always love playing really good teams and programs, and what we just went through. That's a great experience in a number of different ways, and we got a lot of guys that learn something from going on the road and playing against a good football team, and so it's I'm certainly part of it, but. Really a lot of it's done for me and for our program, I should say.
This is the first of 5 straight home games, which I guess I'd have to look that up. I don't recall a string like that, but it's as you call these games opportunities, and certainly the opportunities begin here get people, get your guys ready to play in front of the friendly crowd here for a while. But this is quite the homestand coming up.
It is. You're used to it from the
Exactly,
baseball,
yeah.
but it's I can't remember anything like that. And then you throw in the bye with it, and it kind of plays out that way. And it is, we get to practice when we're around, and the kids around, all year they're working. We got spring ball, we're in the stadium, and summer workouts there, and fall camp. But Camp Randall on a game day is pretty cool, and I know we've got a lot of guys that are excited to get back into it. And then there's going to be that group that it's their first time, and that's always exciting.
A couple guys we didn't get a chance to talk about in the first show. I want to bring them up before the season really gets too deep here. Is a couple of new additions to the staff, but names that fans certainly recognize. Warren Herring, helping out in the area of recruiting, and Scott Tolzien getting back involved as an analyst. I know you bring in guys who aren't necessarily UW guys, but when you can, that's a pretty fun thing.
It is, and you try to surround yourself with good people, and both Warren and Scott are truly that, right? And it's also, I think, neat for me and some of the other coaches that we were part of recruiting them, and then seeing what they did, not only here but post Wisconsin career, and to get them back, and it's been great in a number of ways. One, what they bring to our program, and two, I think it's great for our players to get to know them and be around them, and there's a lot of, they can give a young player, even some of our older players, they can give them a lot, and it's been great having them around. You appreciate that, and they really are bringing something to help in this program.
I've always had the impression with Scott Tolzien, you'd be hard pressed to find anyone more meticulous. And that goes back to when he was playing here, right? Hasn't changed?
Has not changed, and it's, he's probably gotten more meticulous, not in just the depth. It's like anything. When he's had the rooms that he's been around, and the coaches and players he's been with, the experience that he's gathered, and then in the role that we're doing it, it's extremely helpful. And yet you can see how the attention to detail, it's impressive, and I think it's good for all of us. It's a good reminder for me, that the little things matter, and the attention to detail, and in what he's doing, he's not going to, it's going to come off of the tape. The tape is going to drive what he's saying, and it's been fun to see him. And I've always thought that should he want to do it, he'd be a heck of a coach. And I think it's his first time where he's really around it and getting a sense of it. And he and his wife Megan, they'll decide in time, I'm sure.
Sure, absolutely. I know with this game this week, there's a special event Friday night. You'll be busy getting your guys ready, but it's Hall of Fame weekend. There will be 12 new inductees into the UW Athletics Hall of Fame, and that includes Joe Thomas. It's kind of a Hall of Fame year for him. He will be inducted in the College Football Hall of Fame in December officially, but you know him well. You remembered him from his days just starting out here, as deserving as it gets for any Hall of Fame that is present and the likely Halls of Fame in his future.
Joe's one of the all-time best, and when you say that, certainly as a player, but as a person, and yet, how about that when you should say, like, Hall of Fames?
Yeah.
And you're talking the big ones.
Absolutely.
And this is a great one. Mm-hmm. And I know this one means a lot to Joe, but it won't be his last Hall of Fame acceptance speech and all that. And then, December, like you said, the College Football Hall of Fame, and yet really deserving, and yet throughout it all, who he is and how he's handled it. It's impressive, but it's fun to have him back in town, and he's been around. And I love it when our guys get to know him. I'm lucky, right? I got to be around him and kind of see him in a number of different ways. But for our players now to be around him, and it's a big deal. And you forget, because they get all excited. It's Joe Thomas, and when you know someone, like, I have a great appreciation for what he's done, but it's still Joe. And Joe's always been humble and approachable and fun to be around. And you try getting guys like, trust me, Joseph, you can ask him any question, but it's the first of many, but all well-deserved.
Yeah, I think his wife Annie told me this summer he's busier now than he was when he was playing. He's an NFL Network guy. He has some business ventures going. He's nonstop. But that's
He had a great line to me because he said, we kind of say, what are you going to do? And he goes, I got we got young kids. When they are asked, what's your dad do? You can't say he does nothing. So Joe wants to be
smart.
I think he's still also smart enough. He'll find a little bit of time to sneak in some fishing or hunting.
I would think he would do that. He would do that. Coach returns in a few minutes with our question of the week. Stick around.
This is where great things happen, where technology and discovery beautifully intertwine with compassion and care, where patients with the most serious of conditions come for the most successful of treatments. This is where you'll find some of the brightest minds in medicine, changing people's lives for the better. This is UW Health. And yes, this is where great things happen. UW Health. Remarkable.
Fall in Wisconsin, a time for stopping by. And settling in. For seeing it all. And sampling a few. Whether you want to spend fall inside, outside, or both, there's something for everyone in Wisconsin.
Almost 2 years ago, while his teammates celebrated a win over Minnesota, Bradrick Shaw mourned as he began the toughest journey of his football career.
Going through the ACL tear was really hard. Rehab for me was like a roller coaster, more so because, I had more swelling than usual in some occasions. It was tough, but it worked out.
He knew that it was going to be hard work. I think some people around him, trainers, some former athletes talked to him about the injury, the rehab and that type of thing. So he knew he had a long, tough road ahead of him, and he just attacked it.
That approach led to recovery and eventually relief as he returned to the field for the 2019 season.
It was really joyful for me, and it was basically really exciting, like a celebration, finally getting back, able to play and being able to play with my teammates, and being back in the running back room, just being able to grind with those boys instead of watching, and it was great.
It's just fun to see a guy, same thing like Taiwan, that has battled an injury or injuries, and be able to kind of put it together and become, the player that they used to be.
You can kind of see the focus in Bradrick's eyes every time he steps out on the field. You can see that he's determined. He's determined to show us that, he's the old Bradrick Shaw that, that we know and love.
Shaw to the end zone! Touchdown, Wisconsin!
But while he might be the old Brad physically, in his mind, Shaw knows he still has plenty of work to do.
Mentally, just being able to get your mind and get your body on the same path, and just going out there and just trusting your rehab. So it's a lot of mental things. It's a mental battle as well.
I see flashes of the old Brad, in practice. And so I'm constantly in his ear telling him, hey, look good, you stuck your foot in the ground. You made a cut off of that foot. You made this, you did that. So I'm in the back encouraging him. And I think the more he hears that, the more he produces on the field and doesn't feel any pain. I think the sooner we'll get him back to mentally being about 100%.
Which will hopefully lead to Shaw doing what he loves.
I just want to be the guy, when I'm in, people know I'm in, and I'm going to make it happen, and just go out there and show that if my name gets called, just go out there and just ball.
Bradrick Shaw for a touchdown.
And, of course, celebrating more than a few wins with his teammates this season.
And that one's got to feel good for a guy who took a long time to get back from a serious injury.
For the Badger Sports Report, I'm Eric Ryla.
There is a boy who likes tractors and trains, a boy whose heart was far too strained. He was sick, you see, with a heart that broke. His heart needed fixing, his family needed hope.
Enter our doctors with their newfangled tests. Enter our teams whose care is the best. Healthy and happy, the little boy's back, playing with tractors and trains on his track. UW Health and the American Family Children's Hospital. Remarkable.
Flu season. It'll get here before you know it. Good thing it's never too soon to get your flu shot at Hy-Vee. Save yourself some worry and get your flu shot today. Plus, use your Hy-Vee Fuel Saver Plus Perks card and you can save 20 cents a gallon on gas. There's no appointment necessary, so why wait for the flu to get you? Visit your Hy-Vee pharmacy and get your flu shot plus your 20-cent Hy-Vee Fuel Saver discount today. Some restrictions apply.
I have 3 older brothers that all went to school here. So I just remember going to games, seeing the student section, just being in the stands, watching the play. It's pretty cool. Just watching the games is pretty cool. Now playing in them is insane. I was raised a Badger kid in a Badger family. So it's been a big part of my house my whole life. Academics definitely pushed me here with just with how great this university is academically, especially in the STEM fields. I've loved math and science my whole life, and there's not many better places to go than Madison, especially when you're looking in the Midwest. So that definitely factored into my decision to come here. Not that it was a difficult decision, but yeah, that's definitely a big part of why I'm here. When you think about the Wisconsin kids, it's not like necessarily about being flashy. It's not necessarily about being like a crazy talented player. Even though we do have a lot of talent on this team, but where we get that edge is the hard work that we put in every single day. That's just a blue collar type of team that we have here, and just a lot of guys who come here to work, and we enjoy the grind. We enjoy the work that comes with it.
Flu season. It'll get here before you know it. Good thing it's never too soon to get your flu shot at Hy-Vee. Save yourself some worry and get your flu shot today. Plus, use your Hy-Vee Fuel Saver Plus Perks card and you can save 20 cents a gallon on gas. There's no appointment necessary, so why wait for the flu to get you? Visit your Hy-Vee pharmacy and get your flu shot plus your 20-cent Hy-Vee Fuel Saver discount today. Some restrictions apply.
The Learfield IMG College Directors Cup, the highly recognized mark of distinction in college athletics across all divisions, both men's and women's sports. Follow your favorite team's pursuit for excellence in this prestigious annual award through thedirectorscup.com, USA Today, or L Directors Cup on Twitter. Learfield IMG College Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics since 1993.
The Badger Sports Report with Paul Chryst is presented by UW Health Sports Medicine, the healthcare team for the Badgers. Learn more at uwsportsmedicine.org.
Time for our question of the week. Jim down in Janesville checking in for this program. Wants to know, Coach, with the big string of home games coming up, will you still be able to have a lot of visits, high school players coming in to check out the program?
Jim's on top of it, because that's exactly what's happening. And certainly, you know, you've got really, when you talk about recruiting and high school kids coming, you've got every game you're bringing in kids, we call unofficial visits, where you can give them, you know, game ticket and they come and see it. And we'll have a number of our players, some that are committed will come to almost every game. And then you've got others that you're trying to get them committed, you're trying to get them a sense of what this place is all about. And then we'll also have some official visits. So Jim is on top of it. There'll be a lot of visitors, and not just this week, but really throughout all the home games. We're going to try to get as many people as we can, because that is a great selling point, and it's real. And that's, you know, if you can experience game day, I think it makes a difference. I think it paints an accurate picture of what this place is.
All right, and that homestand, that 5-game homestand starts on Saturday afternoon. Wisconsin and Central Michigan kickoff set for 2:30 here at Camp Randall Stadium. We'll talk to you again next week. Thanks for watching.
Ball in Wisconsin, a time for stopping by. And settling in. For seeing it all. And sampling a few. Whether you want to spend fall inside, outside, or both, there's something for everyone in Wisconsin.
They are the ones who found a way to isolate a single prostate cancer cell hidden amongst a billion healthy blood cells. The ones pioneering advanced genomic testing in order to create personalized treatment protocols. They are the ones you want to talk to when the diagnosis is prostate cancer. They are the physicians and healthcare professionals at UW Health and the Carbone Cancer Center. UW Health. Remarkable.
Progress is an endless challenge. Here at the University of Wisconsin, we're a community of innovators in constant motion. We think on our feet, connect with each other, and hit our stride, pushing past limits. Progress is an endless challenge, but it is only those up to the challenge who change the game.